Bitcoin is increasing in adoption and awareness every single day, and we're back at the $4,000 mark, at least for the moment, which is very exciting for everyone who has been riding out these rough markets over the past few months. We're going to be diving into a whole host of different Bitcoin-related stories, from Elon Musk all the way down to Liechtenstein, and much more. Before we do jump into that though, just a quick shout out to the guys over at Nash.io. That is the Neon Exchange Next, as it was previously known. They are taking pre-registrations for their exchange at the moment. It is promising to be one of the best decentralized exchanges going on the internet. They're also giving away $100,000 of Bitcoin and 46,000 Next tokens to lucky winners who sign up for the platform. There's a link down below if you want to get signed up. Also, if you're going to be going to Consensus, the world's biggest cryptocurrency conference this year, I've got a link down below where you can get $200 off of the ticket. This is not a referral link, just a way for you to get a discount should you want to go to the conference. I'm strongly considering going, but I have not bought my tickets yet. But if you think that you're going to be going, you can benefit from that discount code. Also, I sat down with the guys from Block Live TV to do an interview with them. Here is a quick trailer.
I was never here for, the glory and the views and all that stuff. It was the mission of Bitcoin, the overarching idea of what this technology can do that keeps me interested.
What do you find to be of most interest to your audience? And also, why do you think that that specific topic is the most interesting for them?
It's really simple. What is the price of Bitcoin going to be tomorrow?
That was a fun interview. If you want to catch the whole thing, you can check that out when it comes out in a few days. But that's not why you came to this video. You came for Bitcoin news, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. And the markets are up at the moment, and it is very, very exciting to see consecutive days of green candles. And the sentiment overall seems to be moving in a positive direction. Looking at some actual data around the sentiment, we've seen that tweet volume is up around 15% on its 30-day moving average, while we see trading volume up 61% higher than normal. Among the top 20 cryptocurrencies by market cap, 10 have daily sentiment, which is either high or very high. So it shows that there are a lot of positive trends happening in terms of the sentiment of the market, and that is a very important part of the overall market structure. And this is nice in the short term, but some bears are still calling for the end of the world. We have to go down to 2K. We have to have more pain. We have to have more suffering. We have to have ultimate devastation. Everything must die. Everyone must go away. All projects must close. All YouTubers must get hit by buses. And then, only then, can we have recovery. Oh, what a bunch of masochists. Holy cow. That is, why so much suffering, guys? Life's a beautiful thing. We don't need to suffer all the time. Oh goodness. Look, we've already had a lot of suffering in the bear market. We have had exchanges closing down. We have had companies going broke. We've had massive layoffs. We've had all kinds of pain and suffering already. We may have had enough. I'm good with the amount of pain and suffering that have gone on already. Don't need any more, thank you very much. Although we might have some more, because we are not out of the woods yet. We need to actually sustain momentum, sustain this forward price momentum, because the psychology of the price is a very important thing. Yeah, sure, you've been making money, and there are some people who, especially the people who stuck around during the bear market, people like you, who are able to think a bit counterintuitively and go, wow, this is an amazing buying opportunity, versus, oh my god, my life is over. But we need the prices to go back up to have more interest coming back into the community and sustained, steady forward momentum. Now, at the time of recording this video, we have peaked a little bit above $4,000, and that is very, very exciting. Let's see if we can stay above $4,000 for any kind of time. I saw it did go up once already today, up, then back down a little bit, back up again. We'll see where we go with it. I would not be surprised if we don't hold 4,000, if we get back down to 38, 37, something like this, but that's okay. Long-term steady upward trend would be very, very welcome. And this movement that we did see, really not super surprising. We saw the Bollinger Bands were tightening big time on the daily. And then of course, we had a breakout. Of course, the breakout was up, much to everyone's delight, not a downward break like we have seen previously when we did see these tightening on the Bollinger Bands for the Bitcoin USD markets. 6 days of green candles in a row are very nice to see indeed. But can we get a few weeks of green candles in a row? Then I think there's going to be a real sense of confidence returning to the market, because right now we're in that stage of, let's check the Wall Street cheat sheet. We're in that stage of disbelief. Or maybe are we still in depression? Hard to say. But I feel like it could be a disbelief situation because we've gone through so much pain, we've gone through so much suffering, and now no one really believes that things could actually be turning around. But they might be. The fundamentals are incredible. I did a whole video just on the fundamentals of all the amazing things that are happening right now for Bitcoin. And this is going to be covering some more news because it just keeps coming and coming and coming. Now look, we only need one big bad event to kind of turn us around. Let's say that a major exchange gets hacked or some other kind of big event happens. The United States comes out tomorrow and bans Bitcoin or something like that. That would be pretty bad for the markets overall, but I don't think that's going to happen necessarily. We've had a lot of positive news, which is very good, and it shows that yes, the sentiment is increasing because people are seeing the news, people are understanding what's going on, people are understanding the bigger picture here. Elon Musk talking about Bitcoin in a podcast yesterday. He said, I think the Bitcoin structure is quite brilliant, but I'm not sure that it would be a good use of Tesla's resources to get involved in crypto. He goes on to say, paper money is going away and crypto is a far better way to transfer value than pieces of paper, that's for sure, but it has its pros and cons. Elon, come on, Elon, stop teasing us, man. Just admit that you're a Satoshi already. We want it to be you, Elon. No, seriously, obviously there is a lot of benefits for Tesla to start accepting cryptocurrencies, for example, and one day they probably will get into it, but you have to keep in mind that even though Elon Musk may be a supporter of cryptocurrencies and what Bitcoin is doing, he only has like a quarter Bitcoin that he's admitted to having anyway. Someone gave it to him a long time ago. It's just a thing to do. You give Elon Musk some Bitcoin, hope he talks about it. Well, he does talk about it from time to time. Anyway, he's mentioned Bitcoin, he's mentioned Ethereum. But he's busy trying to, put people on Mars and revolutionize the way we drive our cars. So, busy man Elon Musk might get involved in crypto again someday, and he might finally admit that he's Satoshi Nakamoto. And if you look around, it's actually really interesting because so many of the top people in tech, Elon Musk, Jack Dorsey, Steve Wozniak, they all like Bitcoin. And the people who don't like Bitcoin, Jamie Dimon, Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, Mark Zuckerberg's in tech too, but I mean, it's Facebook, guys. I mean, Facebook. Come on now, really. Another very exciting announcement today. Samsung has confirmed that it has integrated what it is calling Samsung Knox, after Fort Knox assumedly, into their S10, a feature which uses hardware security to store private keys for blockchain applications, including, presumably, cryptocurrencies. Would seem pretty obvious, wouldn't it? Developers will be able to make use of the feature in creating hardware wallets via software. Anyone who owns an S10 will essentially have a hardware wallet natively in their phone. However, in their unveiling, they did not make it implicitly clear that they would contain a native crypto wallet, although we do have the leaked images that said, yes, there will be native crypto wallets. Were they just testing Samsung Knox on potential technology, or are they actually going to release the Samsung S10 with a Bitcoin and an Ethereum and a litecoin and a Dogecoin wallet? You gotta get the Doge in there, guys. You gotta get the Doge, without a doubt. But we don't know 110% if they will be putting those wallets in there natively. My suspicion is probably, and if it does turn out to happen, that is huge in terms of adoption because Samsung is such a big player in the phone market. So fingers crossed that they do indeed deliver on providing wallets within the phone. Also this week, Google has included the Bitcoin B currency symbol on their keyboard. Just a nice little bit of extra, like, it's happening. It's happening every day, more adoption. And this has all been great PR for Bitcoin this week, but what about real use? what's actually happening with Bitcoin. That brings me to Tim Draper. He shared the following comments. He said, as the Lightning Network starts permeating the system, it is going to make it a lot easier for us to just use our phone and say, here, Barista, use this. He said, I've predicted that in 5 years, we will try and go in to buy coffee with fiat money, and the Barista will laugh and ask, don't you have any crypto, man? That's bullish. Very, very bullish indeed. Well, Tim Draper's timeline might be off. Well, maybe some cities in 5 years will be that advanced. I think it is going to happen, without a doubt. We look at some of the historical parallels of how technology has moved, and right now we are on this exponential curve where technology is being deployed faster and faster and faster, and adoption is happening faster and faster and faster, and we watch day to day and we see all of these things happening. So in 5 years, will be paying in crypto be super normal? Probably. Be a lot more normal than it is today anyway. We have seen a lot of increase in merchant adoption, and these big up and down cycles do not help us in terms of getting merchant adoption of cryptocurrencies. We still need to have those fiat settlements on the other side for the merchants, but we are moving in the right direction overall. Now, funnily enough too, Tim Draper also still gets the question, hey Tim, when are you going to sell your Bitcoin? I love his answer though, because it really shows the forward thinkingness of someone like Tim Draper and really what the idea of the Bitcoin movement's all about anyway. His answer is this: sell it into what? He says it's like taking gold and transferring it into shells. Why would I do that? Why would I go back in time when I know that the future is Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies? That is spoken like a true evangelist. And that is an amazing way of thinking, because that kind of forward-thinking attitude, so many people are out there chasing the fiat price of Bitcoin, and I get the speculation. I know we still live in a world where we don't have hyper-Bitcoinization happening. We don't have countries which have adopted Bitcoin. And yeah, it's possible to do some niche things. I went to Australia and I traveled in Australia almost only using Bitcoin. There were a couple situations when I couldn't, but almost exclusively, and that was pretty cool, without a doubt. So it is happening. You can buy lots of things online. And I know that many of us are cynical and sometimes feel broken by the system. We can't imagine a different future in which the dollar won't be strangling the global economy. But it could happen. That's what we're trying to build with Bitcoin. We're trying to build a new financial system. That's the point. And all of the, it can't happen, it'll never happen, all that stuff, those kind of voices. So many of us have been so deeply defeated by the system, who tries to keep us down, continues to tell us, no, you can't. That will never work. Things will always be the way they are. And if history has taught us anything, the only constant in history and in the future will be change. Something to keep in mind. Bitcoin can be the cornerstone of the future global economy, of a future economy which is free from the tyranny of fiat banking. Anyway, on to our next story. Liechtenstein Post has confirmed that as of February 15th, anyone could exchange fiat currency for Bitcoin at its branch in the capital, Vaduz. So, if anyone's in the area, hop in your car, drive over to Liechtenstein, or if you actually live there, drive down to the bank, see if this is true. Go in and buy some Bitcoin. That would be pretty cool. More and more places are making it available. Now, on to the regulatory scene around the world. Regulators in Indonesia have finally recognized Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as commodities, thus providing legal backing for the trading of virtual currencies. Now, consequently, cryptocurrency exchanges in the country now have to meet all kinds of fund requirements before they're actually allowed to operate and do business. And, unfortunately, payments still remain officially prohibited, although all the reports on the ground that I have seen indicate that enforcement isn't really happening. So there's plenty of places, for example, in Bali that still accept Bitcoin. You can just go pay in Bitcoin, even though technically you're not supposed to, but nobody really cares. Maybe that will change one day, but I would imagine that before they go around and try to stamp out every business that accepts Bitcoin, they're probably just going to end up authorizing Bitcoin as a payment method. And Indonesia is a big market, so I'm happy to see any kind of positive developments in the regulatory scene in Indonesia. 260 million people. That is no small market at all, so any positive developments there can be very positive in the long term for the crypto economy. Over in the United States, our good friends at the SEC may make an additional decision on not just one, but two different Bitcoin ETF proposals by April 5th. Bitcoin ETF, still not approved. Maybe one of these days. Now, a Bitcoin ETF proposal submitted for a second time by VanEck, SolidX, and the CBOEBZ X exchange is expected to be formally published in the Federal Register on Wednesday, kicking off the initial 45-day clock of approval, rejection, or extension. So on April 5th, they might say, yeah, go for it, Bitcoin ETF approved, we're going to the moon. Or they might just say, we're going to extend that. Just wait longer. Wall Street hasn't had a chance to fill their bags up yet, guys. They want more. Wait longer. Over in South Africa, the South African Reserve Bank has released a consultation paper for policy proposals regarding cryptocurrency assets. Now, the consultation did close on the 15th of February. Now, the consultation paper proposed, among other things, limited regulations on offering cryptocurrency services in South Africa. The South African Reserve Bank did state that its proposals are aimed at monitoring the buying and selling of cryptocurrency, that trading platforms will have to comply with FICA provisions. And the government recommended that platforms basically monitor transactions with maybe linked to, you guys know what I'm going to say, terrorist activity. And probably money laundering, all that fun stuff too. All the usual stuff that central banks are concerned about. However, the proposals did stop short of requiring the cryptocurrency services to apply for licenses like banks are required to. So, not overly draconian, but they are peeking over their shoulders, trying to get a grasp on what is going on in South Africa. Over in Malaysia, the Malaysian Securities Commission has introduced regulations for cryptocurrency exchange platforms. The country's financial regulatory watchdog said that the platforms looking to operate in the country have until the 1st of March of 2019 to register with the Securities Commission. Bitcoin exchanges must conform to a corporate organizational structure. Top executives of such businesses must also have a clean criminal record, in addition to possessing demonstrable experience in trading markets and be able to show robust security practices. Cool. Not very exciting for Malaysia, but at the same time, you have to realize that that is very much an evolution on their previous stances of just kind of, oh, we don't understand it, we're cracking down on it, we don't like it, versus now like, well, yeah, we can register some exchanges just so long as, you know, good security and somebody nice is in charge of the business, etc., etc. So that's progress. I'll take progress. Sometimes you have to go in baby steps, but we'll get there, Malaysia. We'll get there. Keep at it. And finally, just a little story to make you realize why crypto is so awesome, why Bitcoin is so awesome. Because the regular system kind of sucks. Visa and MasterCard are considering raising interchange fees on card transactions in the USA. So much innovation happening in banking. I mean, all those new services and all those new features that they keep bringing out obviously justify a fee increase like this, except that the only new innovation happening in the banking industry is fees. That's terrible innovation. Crypto is looking better every single day. It's great for merchants. It's great for the customers. Only problem is we don't have enough adoption yet, but it's coming day by day. We're building. Anyway, just my 2 satoshis on what is happening in the crypto markets at the moment. You will let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section about any of these stories. A quick reminder that you guys are supremely awesome, and I really, really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come over here and watch this video. So keep it classy, guys, without a doubt. And if you did enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up on it. You can always subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and hit that notification bell to know when I put out a new video. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.